Hi, my name is Kaplan, and I'm a resource conservationist with the Lehigh County Conservation District. And I work in the water quality department, and one of our main goals is to monitor construction projects to make sure that they are complying with environmental regulations to reduce soil erosion. So soil erosion is a natural process, but what we're concerned with is called accelerated erosion, and it's due to earth disturbance activity. So in a normal situation, grass and other vegetation is going to hold the soil in place. But when you have a large construction project, one of the first things that happens is the vegetation gets stripped off, and during that whole time the soil is exposed, and every time it rains a large amount of that sediment is going to run off site. Most of the soil ends up in the stream, and it creates a large amount of problems when it gets in the stream.
I'm Waterways Conservation Officer Travis Miller. I work for the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. My role as the District Field Officer for Lehigh County is patrolling the waterways. Lehigh County has a vast amount of water. When uncontrolled erosion is applied, we're looking at the environmental impacts that it could create for aquatic life. By allowing uncontrolled sediment or erosion into a stream, it has negative impacts for aquatic life by clogging up their gills, and it could potentially make fish not be able to migrate and pass through the waterway. The Lehigh County Conservation District is very good at implementing the E&S controls. I am very lucky to have a conservation district that cares as much as what they do. Like I said, at the drop of a hat, they'll come out at a moment's notice, go over a site with me. They help engineers with companies doing earth disturbance and earth movement. They're very fortunate to have Lehigh County Conservation District within their backyard. There's a lot of development in Lehigh Valley. With that, you will have sediment runoff. There's a lot of earth disturbance going on, but if people implement their E&S control plans properly and have the Conservation District come out and take a look at it, the environmental impacts would be lower than what they are.
One of our main goals is to monitor construction projects to make sure that they are complying with environmental regulations to reduce soil erosion. State and federal regulations mandate that when you're going to do a large construction project, you implement practices to make sure that you're controlling the sediment as best you can during construction. So one of these contractors is here. This is the Trexler Business Center, and this is a large project under construction. They already have an erosion and sediment control plan that's been approved, and they're following while they're doing the work. We come out here and do inspections to make sure that they're in compliance.
My name is Andrew Curtis. I'm the environmental manager for H&K Group. H&K Group is a horizontal and vertically integrated construction and construction materials company. Here today at Trexler Business Park, we have our Lehigh Valley Site Contractors Division, which is in charge of this site. We're constructing or involved with the construction of the Movie Tavern. Our responsibilities here on the site are erosion and sedimentation control, utility installation, and stormwater controls. Some of those stormwater controls and erosion and sedimentation controls that we have here on site are perimeter controls such as diversion swales, which keep clean water from entering the site, compost socks, silt fence, and stone berms, diversion controls inside the site to direct stormwater to those controls. And we also have our terminal controls here, such as the basin, which allow for time and retention of those stormwaters to allow sediment to settle out. H&K Group is committed to environmental compliance, including compliance with erosion and sedimentation control measures on job sites. We have a team committed to providing internal inspections to our job sites in addition to the regulatory inspections provided by the Conservation District and DEP.
At LCCD, we're delegated as a level 3 district, and what that means is that we're delegated by the state to go forward with enforcement proceedings if we need to. So we always work towards voluntary compliance, and that's primarily because it's a lot easier to do than going forward with lengthy enforcement proceedings. Enforcement proceedings typically result in large fines for the contractor or the permittee. These fines can be anywhere up to $10,000 per day that the contractor is out of compliance, and it can also result in your permit being revoked. But our main goal is always to work with the contractors, and we provide a lot of technical assistance out in the field to make sure that all of these practices are being implemented the right way and that everything is being done as best it can be. So overall, it's much easier to stop erosion from happening than to try to fix all these problems later.